Welcome in. It's NFL Week 1. It's time to give some picks out here. I've changed up kind of the graphic I'm using. If you watched the college football picks from this past week, had all kinds of issues with that website. So we're going to go a little old school here. I'm going to pull up the lines as they are right now, and I'm recording this on late Saturday night as I'm watching the college games come in. And if you follow the college picks, you'll see another winning week. We didn't go 8-2 this week, not 8-2, but it looks like we're about 7-4 right now. If everything stays the way it is right now, 7-4, 7-5. We'll have a recap video coming up in a couple days or so. Let's get to NFL football season and let's kind of get going on this. We are 1-0 so far. If you follow the newsletter, you'll know that I gave out that Eagles game. I gave it the Eagles game for you. On Thursday afternoon through my newsletter. So check it out, basementbookiesubstack.com. I gave it out real quick on Thursday, and the Eagles of the Cowboys came through there and covered that 8-point spread. Almost won the game outright and took care of that. So we're 1-0 in the NFL so far, off to a good start. So let's look at the first game here, and I'll give you my thoughts on all the games, and I'll give you my actual games I'm going to actually bet money on. That I bet money on. The first thing here is Raiders and Patriots. Now, there's an old saying that when a team from the West Coast comes to the East Coast to play a 1 o'clock game, always take the East Coast team. Now, are the Raiders a West Coast team, though? I mean, is Las Vegas considered West Coast? I mean, I guess it's out West. Um, so I don't like to do this, but the issue is I kind of like the Raiders, and I don't think the Patriots are as good as everyone thinks they are. Everyone's kind of in love with Mike Vrabel, and I know he's an upgrade over their coach from last year and Drake May, but the Patriots still have a lot of work on that roster. And I don't think that roster is very good. I think the Raiders roster is better. I think the fact that so many people are taking the Patriots, and I'm going to go and I'm going to zag away from the public. I like the Raiders here. I'm making this one of my games right here. Steelers and the Jets, Rodgers versus the Jets. Um, you know, the Steelers, the Steelers aren't a great team. The Jets are still a mess. I think I like their coach, but the Jets also have a roster issue as well. So I'm taking the Steelers here, minus 2.5. I don't like taking favorites that often, but there's a favorite for you right there. I think the Steelers are there. Dolphins and Colts. Dolphins again, also a hot mess. Um, I think the Colts will surprise some teams. Daniel Jones at quarterback. I think he is going to have a good year this year. I like Jonathan Taylor. I like the coaching staff. I'm taking the Colts here. Another favorite as well. Bengals and Browns. Um, you know, it wouldn't shock me if the Browns hang around in this game here as well. A lot of people are taking the Browns. A lot of people think the Bengals are an upset alert because of their historic Week 1 failings right there. But I'm going to stay away from that game for now. Giants at Commanders. I like the Giants a lot. I like their defense. I like their running game. The quarterback issues are an issue. Russell Wilson, how much does he have left? I have no idea. But I think they stay in the ball game. And I think the Commanders were, I'm not going to say fraudulent. I think they're a good team, have a good future. I think they stepped back a little bit this year. I think last year they were a year kind of early. They won some close games. They got some good breaks. And I think everyone now is trying to crown them as a team that could take out the Eagles this year. I like the Giants in the spot right here. It wouldn't shock me if the Giants won this game outright. Panthers and Jags. Not sure about that one there. Falcons and well, I'll tell you in a second too when I get to everything else. So Falcons are my game here. I love the Falcons this year. I've put some money on the Falcons to win the NFC South. I've put some money on the Falcons to go in the NFC title game. I think they could be a sleeper this year. I like the way they play. Coaching wise, they're a little bit scary. I like their talent. Last year, they are very, very unlucky. You can say unlucky or bad coached or bad time management, but they lost some games last year they shouldn't have lost. And I think this year, I think it comes together and they could be one of those surprise teams in the NFC. So I like the Falcons here for sure in week 1 against the Buccaneers. Cardinals and Saints, no comment on that one there. Niners and Seahawks. This is, you know, this might be a tough game for the Niners. Seahawks aren't horrible. The Niners, I still don't know what they are. A lot of people love them. Some people hate them. McCaffrey banged up again. I took McCaffrey in my fantasy football thing because I felt he's having a big year this year. But he's hurt again. So we'll see what happens. Titans and Broncos, rookie quarterback in Denver. I just don't see it happening. It's all the points. So 8.5 points, a lot of points in the NFL, but not sure there. Lions and Packers. This one is one of my games as well. I like the Lions here. The hype on the Packers because of Micah Parsons is amazing to me. I don't think Micah Parsons makes that huge of a difference. I think the Cowboys. I'm not sure the Cowboys are better without him. But first of all, he's taking injections to play the game on Sunday. Injections in his back. That's not good. That's not something that heals. I mean, I think we may look back in this a year from now and think the Cowboys made a good move, and that's very rare for the Cowboys. Jerry Jones made a good move. But the Lions are really good. The Lions are really good. It's on the road, but the weather won't be. It's not like sometimes you say, "Well, Jared Goff outside." There's Jared Goff outside in September. I mean, if this was December, he can have a point, but I think the Lions beat up the Packers pretty good here. I'm taking the Lions. Texans and Rams. I'm going to stay away from my picks there. Ravens and Bills, a good one. I'm kind of leaning Ravens here. I think the Ravens might have the best roster in football. And so I'm kind of leaning Ravens right there as well. I'm not sure to make my final picks. Vikings and Bears. This is probably the game I like to. I love the Vikings this year. The people are all kind of down the Vikings that they lost Sam Darnold, which I don't understand. Sam Darnold was a bum before he got to the Vikings. I don't think Sam Darnold was the reason why the Vikings played well last year because they have a great coach. I think the best coach in football is Kevin O'Connell, the Vikings coach. I think they're loaded up front. They have some injuries now. They're a little bit banged up, okay? So they're not quite where they're going to be. But the Vikings are very, very good. They're very good in the trenches. I think J.J. McCarthy, it can be just as good as Sam Darnold. I think he's going to ask to manage the game. I think they're going to play tough defense. I think the Vikings are really, really good. Really, really good. I think the Vikings are really good. I think I could see them. I could see them in the Super Bowl this year. I could see them playing in the big game this year. So I like them against the Bears. Bears, I'm not sold in the Bears. I think the Bears are overrated right now. The fact that spread's 1.5 is just, I think, is kind of it's more people sleeping in the Vikings than anything else. So I love this is probably my pick of the week right here. If I had one lock of the week, it's the Vikings right here. Okay, so a couple other things. If you're playing in a pool, we have to pick every game. In week one, here's what I would tell you to do. I would take every underdog. Blindly take every dog. Just blindly. And the other thing too is if I don't have when I'm kind of going through these games here, I'm gonna give them actual picks in a second. If I don't have a team I picked or a game I picked, take the dog in those games. Just take the dog blindly in those things. So let's go with my picks real quick. Kind of go through them. My official picks now on the channel. We had Cowboys +8. That was a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I love the Raiders +2.5. I love the Falcons +1.5. Love the Steelers -2.5. The Colts -1.5. Giants +6.5. Lions +1.5. And Vikings -1.5. So I took 3 favorites in this game, small favorites in this week. Okay, I took 3 dogs. Is that correct? 3 dogs. Three. Hold on, I did the math wrong. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 dogs and 3 favorites in there. But I would take any other game you want to see here. I would take the dogs. Exception being, I probably would take. Yeah, I'd take all the dogs. Those things too. Survivor picks. I'm in 3 Survivor pools this week. This year. I'm not really good in Survivor. I'm gonna tell you right now. But here's my 3 Survivor pick. Steelers, the Bengals. I think the Bengals blow out the Browns. I think the whole the Browns are bad. The whole thing the Bengals can't, always shoot themselves in the foot. I think the Bengals blow out the Browns. Steelers, Browns, and Broncos. The Broncos are probably the most popular pick among people. So I took them in one of my pools, Steelers and Browns, or Steelers and Bengals. I'm sorry. So Steelers, Bengals, Broncos are my three survivor picks. We'll see if they all survive this week in my various pools. So that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. Be back with a college football wrap up show probably tomorrow. And then we'll do a college football picks again, probably Wednesday or Thursday. And then NFL picks late Saturday night on the channel. It will go live. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a great night. Happy betting, happy winning. Keep on making those picks. Until next time, see ya.